Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to get into some predicted lineups, and that's of all the teams. This is for round one. And as you can probably imagine, Joshy's ditched me again, but we've got some of his predictions as well. So we're just going to go through them. And obviously, fairly simple. This is for round one only. There are some players missing. They may be injured currently. And this will no doubt change. So we're going to start things off with the Adelaide Strikers. To start us off, we've got Matt Short opening the batting. It's going to be a combination of either Mac Harvey or Jason Sanger. Whoever doesn't open will come in fourth. Chris Lynn will be third. Alex Ross at 5. Jamie Overton, the all-rounder, at 6. Harry Nielsen, who I don't know why we continue to persist with him, at 7. As soon as Carey is available, Nielsen will be out and won't be keeping. We also have Luke Wood at 8. Henry Thornton, 9. Hassan Ali, 10. And Lloyd Pope at 11. Obviously, this can change. It will change. There'll be no doubt about that. It will depend on if they would like to play two spinners, if they think they've got the spin coverage with Matt Short as well as Lloyd Pope. This can change. Please remember that. We shall move on to Brisbane Heat. And we have, had a little bit of an argument, Joshy and I, regarding this one. Colin Munro will definitely open the batting. Now, I don't think Renshaw will be in the test team. Joshy has said that he potentially thinks that he will be. I've gone with McSweeney and Munro opening the batting. Joshy's gone with Munro and Jimmy Peirson. Therefore, that means in my prediction, I have Renshaw at 3. Joshy has McSweeney at 3. So I think it's going to be a combination of 1, Munro, McSweeney or Jimmy Peirson at 2, and then 3 will be Renshaw. And if he's in the test squad, it will be McSweeney at 3. Again, we had another disagreement, and that was I thought Lockie Hearn would be at 4. Joshy's gone with Hugh Webgen at 4. And then, surprisingly, we actually agreed. We have Brian at 5, Tommy Allsop, who should keep if Peirson isn't in the squad, at 6, Bartlett 7, Wildermuth 8, Michael Neeson 9, Shaheen Shah Afridi at 10, and Matty Kuhneman will round it out. That is the 11. Keep in mind that Callum Vidler and Spencer Johnson are actually injured at the time that we record this. They are hopeful to play the start of BBL 15, but I don't think they'll be ready in time. Moving on, we have, this was a pretty easy lineup, the Hobart Hurricanes. Now, as you can see, it's going to be Mac Owen at number 1. Mitch. Oh, terrible by me. We both agree that Jake Weatherald is probably going to accompany him at the top of the innings. We have Wade at number 3, McDermott 4, David 5, Chowdhury at 6, Rian Ahmed at 7, Jordan at 8, Hussain at 9, Nathan Ellis at 10, and Riley Meredith at 11. You can also see that we have Stanlake in there as well, and Jackson Bird, who's moved down to the Hurricanes. This again, potentially, if it's a spinning wicket, they may want Ahmed in there. He can also bat as well, has been batting at 3 for his county team in their competition over in England. But in saying this, I think it's fair to say that Hussain is the more established spinner. So if they're going in with just one sole predominant spinner, it will be Hussain. And they may not need Ahmed. If they want to play 2, then Ahmed simply plays Stanlake. Hopefully doesn't get injured. But it could be a combination of Meredith, Bird, Stanley could even play, as I said, if they don't want the extra spinning option, but we're fairly confident after Chowdhury it would be Ahmed, Jordan, Hussain, Ellis, and Meredith. And you can basically lock in Jordan and Ellis for every game, unless there's a resting coming up. In saying this, that would probably mean that Chowdhury does not bowl as often as he has done in the past. And I think it would be fairly safe to say it eliminates Tim David's chances of bowling. We will move on now. We are just going to quick fire through these. The next team that we are going to be looking at is the Melbourne Stars. The Melbourne Stars lineup we thought would be something like this. We have Clark, number 1, Rogers 2, Harper 3, Maxwell 4, Stoinis 5, Hilton Cartwright 6, Tommy Curran at 7, Mark Steckety 8, Sweppo 9, Harris Ralph 10, and one of Siddle or Hatcher rounding the team lineup out. We think it's going to be Siddle at 11. I mean, he is getting older. I don't think he's going to play every single game. But this is how we're thinking they line up. In saying this, though, Harper could easily drop out and they bring in a Campbell Kellaway. Simple as that, who has been in decent form. Obviously, there's a while away to go, but in saying this, if they don't go with Harper, who I think they would look to go with Rogers over Harper if it came down to it. Therefore, Kellaway would come in, and their bowling stocks is, well, I mean, more than enough there. More than enough. We will move on to the next Melbourne team, and that is the Melbourne Renegades. We think they're going to line up a little bit like this. It's either going to be Brown or Jewell at the top of the order. We think it's most likely going to be Brown. Rizwan, their number 1 pick, will take the gloves. We think that means Fraser McGurk will go to 3, Seifert at 4. It'll be one of Jewell or Ollie Peake at 5, Khan, the all-rounder, at 6, Sutherland 7, Rogers at 8, Ferg O'Neill at 9, Zampa at 10, and Jason Berendorf, coming from the Scorchers, will be the 11th man. Obviously, this can change. It could even just be Jewell and Rizwan open. It could be Brown and Rizwan, and then Jewell goes to that middle order, or they might not even pick him and just go with youth. Simple as that. Again, moving on. We are going on to the Scorchers lineup, and they've had a fairly big turnover. Finn Allen at the top. Marsh, we're going to assume he's not in the Ashes at all. We've got Hardy at 3, even though he has been batting lower than Connolly in the one-day setup for Western Australia. Connolly at 4, Turner 5, Laurie Evans 6, Nick Hobson 7, Agar at 8, Richardson at 9, Kelly at 10, and Marley Beardman at 11. Joel Paris has been injured, so we're not entirely certain that he'll be there starting us off for BBL 15. And they have just signed Brodie Crouch as well. So that increases their fast bowling stocks. It's a very, very different team to what we've been accustomed to in the past. Obviously, Lance Morris is out for the entirety of BBL SuperCoach. Richardson is coming back from a shoulder injury, so I doubt he plays every single game, and unfortunately is made a bit like paper. Marley Beardman should be right to go. Kelly should be right to go. And there's no Andrew Ty. He was not signed. They gave the last spot to Brodie Couch, who used to play for the Stars. And that's how we think they are going to be lining up. Moving on now to the Sixers. The Sixers lineup we think is going to look a little bit like this. Philippi and Baba to open, Edwards at 3, Moses at 4, Silk at 5. Depending if they want extra batting, they could potentially go with Shaw, or they want a spinning all-rounder. That could be Joel Davies. If they feel like they need an extra bowling option, Dwarshus, Abbott, Jafar Chowan to partner Toddy Murphy in the spin department. And then Richardson of the Kane variety, who moved to the Sixers, or Hayden Kerr if they feel like they need to strengthen their batting lineup. If they want to go with a spinning all-rounder, it's going to be Davies. If they want to go with a medium quick all-rounder, that's going to be Hayden Kerr, although they didn't seem that fond of him at the back end of last year's season. So it could be a variety here. I think the top order is fairly set. Shaw has been in some very good form as well, so that might hold him in good stead to get the nod over Joel Davies. In saying this, we're up to our last predicted 11, and that is of the Sydney Thunder. And I think this one is relatively easy to predict. You have Warner and Constas at the top of the innings, Bancroft, Billings, Ollie Davies, Shadab Khan, Green, Sams, either Nathan McAndrews or Tom Andrews, Ashwin, and then there's either Wes Agar or Tanveer Sangha. Tanveer Sangha hasn't been in the best of form. Obviously, there's still a month and a half to go until round 1 is upon us. But, I mean, I don't think they'll actually go in with 4 spinners. They could, and Shadab probably doesn't bowl as much because we all know that Green is definitely going to bowl his 4 overs. Ashwin's going to bowl his 4 overs. And then from then on, it could be a combination of, if Sangha plays, he could bowl 2. Khan might bowl 2. I don't think they'll go in with 4 spinners, though. So I think that Agar will play. And to be honest, their fast bowling stocks doesn't look fantastic at all. A lot will rely on that top 5 and potentially Shadab Khan in that middle order, and makes Sams, I guess, a little less appealing, knowing he's going to be batting so low. Hopefully he's not actually opening the bowling because he did some of his better work in the middle overs and at the death. Hopefully that's a McAndrew and Wes Agar opening combination / Andrews. When they bowl. Again, that doesn't really put much fear into the opposition. So, guys, that is what Joshy and I thought about the round 1 predicted lineups. Obviously, there's going to be changes. Hopefully, no injuries occur. But I think it's fair to say that we have, narrowed them down to 12 or 13 players, and hopefully this helps you, especially when you're trying to get your team sorted. I know a lot can happen from now until then, but we wanted to get some content out regarding the team 11s and who we thought might be actually in the starting 11s. So as always, guys, this will go straight out onto Spotify as well for those on the audio. If you haven't given us a follow over there, make sure you do. If you're not subbed to both channels, you know what to do. It's like, comment, subscribe. Simple as that. Let me know your thoughts. If you disagree, let me know why. Really like to have conversations regarding BBL SuperCoach that are actually informative, that you can learn something from, not just, he won't play. Like, you're allowed to disagree. Let me know why. What's your reasoning behind it? As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go over to Spotify. I'll leave the link in the description, everything like that, and enjoy your day.